Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. My name is Adriana Dyer. I'm an intuitive reader, and I wanted to talk to you about empaths today. In fact, I wanted to talk to you about the number one survival skill that you need to have as an empath. And this is the best kind of protection you can give yourself. It's very simple, it's something you can do every day, and it's something you can be creative with and have a little fun with. So the tools and the awareness and the explanation is not something I've come up with myself. It was explained to me and taught to me by my friend and mentor, but it's very applicable, and it's very powerful knowledge. So the first thing I'm going to say, which is probably going to make you feel a little bit angry, but the first thing I'm going to say is that what you do with your empathy, what you do with your empathic ability is your choice. All right, and you're going to say, wait a minute, what are you talking about? I can't help how I feel when I'm around people that are sad. I can't help how I feel when I'm around people that are depressed. And that's not entirely true. So the way the universe works is that it's all based on vibration. Like attracts like. So if there's a sad person, they're vibrating at a very low energy frequency because sadness is a lower frequency. Let me back up for a second. So negative emotions like sadness, anger, frustration, guilt, those are all very low frequencies. Love, joy, peace, calm, those are higher frequencies. So let's go back to the example. Let's say you've got a friend who's feeling sad and they're vibrating down here. You were maybe here before they walked in the room, but all of a sudden you find yourself here. Now, how did you get here? There's two ways this could have happened. One is that you subconsciously lowered your vibration to match theirs out of a kind of codependent need to meet them where they are. And so that was a subconscious choice. It's subconscious, but it was still a choice. Or they triggered something in you that you haven't been paying attention to, your own sadness, your own low emotion, and all of a sudden you're down here commiserating with them. But in both of those circumstances, it was a choice, because the choice to harbor that sadness that you didn't pay attention to, the choice to ignore that was a previous choice that you made. The choice to codependently come down here is also a choice. So it's a habit. And again, a lot of it is subconscious, and so it doesn't feel like a choice, but the key to being able to shift this is understanding and taking ownership of the fact that it is a choice. And I have a lot of empathic tendencies, and I understand that it's very hard, especially when you're in places where you feel bombarded by everyone's emotions and there's too much all over the place. Like some people are here, some people are there, and it's very overwhelming. And for a long time, I tried to just keep myself away from everything. So I didn't go out into traffic. I didn't go to the grocery store, like simple things like that, because it was just too much. But the problem is that we can't live in a bubble. And even in my nun-like existence, I was still having my empathic tendencies challenged, because I would meet maybe one person when I did venture out and they wouldn't be in a good place, and then all of a sudden I'm on the floor. So what I didn't realize you need to do, and what is so important, so this is the key right here is the time to start listening. The key is that you have to deliberately set an intention for yourself every time you step out of the house, before every phone call, before every time you're out with people, before every email. So the intention can be something like, I am going to be at peace. I am going to allow the other person their emotion. I don't have to take an ownership of that. I am only putting kindness out into the universe today. I'm only putting kindness out into the universe. I'm going to look for joyful people. There's a million positive intentions you can put out. You do need to be careful with your intentions, because if you go back to the one I said, I'm only putting out kindness. For some people, kindness is the same idea as walkover. I'm going to let other people walk over me all day. I'm just going to be nice. That's really not what kindness is. Kindness is putting appropriate boundaries so that everyone is respected. So someone's in a bad mood, you can kindly respect them by acknowledging it but stepping away, not allowing them to suck up your time by catharting at you. Or the big thing, and this is really the key thing, I am not going to take ownership of other people's problems. They are allowed to have them just as I'm allowed to have mine. So And you can experiment with these. Some days an intention might work better than another, depending on what you're going through or who you're with. But you can also shift these in an instant. So if one's not working, you try a different one. But it's really so simple, and you might think it's so basic, but the experience of being an empath is really a tough one. Because we're so sensitive, we pick up stuff that we don't even know we're picking up. You can pick up residual energy of someone that's not even in the room. And you can pick up stuff from the collective. You can pick up energy that you've never met or that you've never even seen. Just the general vibe of what's around you, you can pick that up. And so I'm not trying to trivialize the experience, because I understand this is a very painful thing. But the key to really empowering yourself is not staying home all day or surrounding yourself with a million crystals, or thinking that you have to be absolutely nun-like in who you interact with and who you don't, keeping yourself absolutely pure. That's really not the case. All you have to do is set out your intention of what you're putting out into the universe. And the way that works is, if you put out, okay, I'm going to stay at peace today, no matter what happens, I'm going to stay at peace. The universe listens to that, and actually it only sends you situations where you are going to stay at peace. So it sends you peaceful people, it sends you peaceful situations, it sends you a flow, it sends you things that work easily. And a lot of times we forget that, especially if we're caught up in some kind of negative emotion. So if I happen to be caught up in my anger and I decide to go drive, I'm probably going to attract other angry drivers, and they're going to cut me off or do something stupid. And I'm going to attract situations where I have the opportunity to be frustrated, because my anger is attracting more anger. So this was a lot of information. But the big takeaway is, set your intention. Setting your intention is the most important thing you can do as an empath to empower yourself. Deliberately set that intention, as I said, before every phone call, before every email, even before every text if you can, especially before going out in public. And you're really going to find your world turn around. You're going to find your empathy actually increase. You're going to find your personal energy levels increase. And you're going to find a greater sense of empowerment and a sense of strength that allows you to hold space for other people, yet stay whole and contained in yourself. If you have questions about this, please reach out in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope to see you next time on the channel. Tune in every week, every Saturday, for the free astrology tarot card readings, and I will see you next time.